Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com. This presentation of Texas Ticket on Lone Star Community Radio is presented by True Texas Solar, Solar Energy Systems. True Texas Solar is Montgomery County's trusted provider of turnkey solutions for your home.
Lone Star Radio on my mind.
Welcome to the Texas Ticket. This is Armando, and I'm with Shurie.
Hey there.
I love the green. It's your color.
Thank you.
Well, I'm glad you made it out today.
Yes.
We have quite the show lined up. I believe Mr. Cody Joe Hodges
my
will be on the show
favorite.
today. Yeah, he's got a couple of performances coming up, and he wanted to kind of. I think he asked me to go play golf with him all day today, and I was like, I can't play golf with you all day. I mean, these guys that work after 5 p.m., you know, their whole career's after 5.
Yeah, but they're up till.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't believe what's your tea time? And he's like 9,
Yeah.
10. I'm like, oh wow, all right, well, you know, have a good round. I think that would have been really cool to go catch.
Where was he
those guys.
playing at?
I think Blue Jack. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's where he's at. And you know, I went to Sam Houston State University. Go Cats! But at Sam, there was a place called the Outlaw Gap
Okay.
in Sam Houston State, right? And for $5, you could play 9 holes. It was a 9-hole 3-par,
Yeah.
right? And on the first hole, anytime you went, if it was before noon, there were
Free
at least
shots?
2 or 3 folding chairs out there with fellas getting their hair cut
Oh.
on the tee box.
Okay.
Right? You could play this without a shirt. You could bring a walk-in cooler. You could do it. It was college kids, you know. I mean, we're all
Yeah.
from, you know, university.
Skipping class. to go
Yeah,
play.
and then there's guys for another $5, you get your hair cut, you know, and they did a pretty good job. I mean, they just put out a folding chair and you get to watch golf, and you had a cooler next to you, and it was the coolest thing. And
Is that
anyway,
where you get your haircut still?
college days. No, no. And that's for another episode.
Okay.
You know, we do have a story there about my hair, what's left of it. But nevertheless, we've got quite a show. Cody Joe Hodges will be here.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we have the folks from the School of Live Music,
Nice.
and they also are bringing in folks from the quartet that will be playing for a big Memorial Day thing, and we have them here in the studio now. So let's get this episode started with
Okay.
the folks from the School of Live Music.
There you go.
And I'd like to introduce Maury first. And Maury, welcome to the show. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Glad you're
Glad
here.
to be here.
You look fabulous. And oh my gosh, your talent show. I don't want to mistitle the program, but wow, we had an amazing time and shocked with the amount of talent we saw.
It was magical. It really was. Thank you.
I felt like I was going to help someone, but then I felt like, oh no, I was the one that got something out of this. I didn't help anybody.
He was
I
talking about it for days
That's
afterwards.
wonderful.
Yeah.
super
Thank
cool.
you.
And so you brought some friends, and they're the duo of the quartet. And y'all will
How about you let them introduce you?
Yeah. We'll start with you. Go ahead. Yeah, sure.
I'm Tina Ponikvar, and I'm a member of the Montgomery Community Band, but we also branched off into a clarinet quartet.
Okay.
And we're excited to announce that we want everybody at the School of Live Music on May 31st for a veteran tribute.
Nice.
Look. Okay. And
Yeah, I'm Keith Robertson, and I'm also part of the quartet, and we are partners with Maury here at the school, and we're doing this wonderful event on Friday the 31st. It's the traditional Memorial Day.
okay.
Yeah.
So, and we've had this idea just that we're going to pay tribute to our veterans in the area, and the public is welcome to come out. It's just going to be a fabulous evening over at the school.
Love the concept. And yourself?
Yes, good afternoon. Yeah, I'm Adam Haskett.
Adam,
I'm actually the music director and conductor of the 82-piece band of Montgomery Community Band. So I'm the one up there waving my arms.
You are the guy. Okay.
So I'm that guy. So we're excited to promote this as well, and we'd also like to talk about and have y'all come on home to our Home Sweet Home concert on July 7th, where we're going to be playing a symphonic blast of patriotic music and just really bringing it back home.
And that's the Montgomery Community Band playing at Lake Creek.
That is
High
Lake
School.
Creek High School, yes, sir.
That's
So
a brand new school there. It's gorgeous.
It's amazing. What an amazing facility to be able to bring such talented people in and bring music to the community.
So how do you work with the school? Tell me how does Montgomery Community Band make that bridge,
Right. So so the communication has been just absolutely fabulous with Montgomery ISD. We have some contacts in there.
New president, right? They got a new president.
They do.
there.
They do have a new president there. So it's been really great working with Angela Downs. She's one of the principal coordinators there, and the band directors all at Lake Creek High School and Montgomery High School as well. They've been absolutely fabulous at let us use their facilities, letting us borrow their students as well. We have several of their just talented musicians that are with their school program play along with us. So we're just very fortunate to have that school district be a part of the Montgomery Community Band.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would assume this is enriching for them.
Absolutely. Some of these students are going on to be actually music directors themselves. I know several of the students are going to get degrees in music. So just to be able to come and play in an organization, an ensemble that's outside of the school program.
I wanted to be a fireman.
Right. I wanted to be a pilot.
Right. So, one of the things that I think is really, really awesome about that is that you don't come by yourself to, self-representation it's narrow by design, but when you bring the whole band, it brings so much dimension to music. And I know that music has a lot of ways to transition from either one genre to the next or one instrument to another. And you play some instruments as well.
Absolutely. I actually went to Lamar University for music education.
Me too.
Oh, actually, where'd we go? Lamar Bradden here. There we go. So, I'm actually a trombone player as well. We actually have a trombone quartet that goes around and plays at events
You're kidding
as well.
me.
Yep. So,
Wow.
So, we're all active in the music world. It's definitely a language that I think we all speak, even if you're not playing an instrument. You gravitate back to it. I went into aviation, and here I am back doing music full force. So it's great.
And I'd hate to say, in the words of Cody Joe Hodges, you got to bring that joy to everybody. Just watching the smiles and that stuff, and then you get an opportunity to bring in a depth of education and who knows where it goes. I mean, when you set a few steps out for them and they can see it versus me blindly running into the fold, it really helps. I mean, they can take another level, and our community's being so strong with doing these type of things and really helping the youth. And I think this my Home Sweet Home event, the Patriotic Concert, July 7th and it's free admission. They're at Lake Creek High School Auditorium here in Montgomery, Texas. I think that's a stellar event. But bringing it a little closer, let's talk about this clarinet quartet, right?
Sure.
Yes.
Basically, we formed through the community band.
Okay.
And there are four of us. There's Tina, myself, and two other ladies that play with us. And
Awesome.
We just started playing around in the area for various places, just spreading goodwill and so forth. We play at retirement communities
nice.
a lot. And we just love playing there because the
Yeah.
residents there just are so appreciative of music, and it's not like you're playing at this loud bar where no one even knows you exist.
Yeah.
I love the idea
So,
of you coming
yeah.
to my house to do
Yeah, well, we could do that. We could do that too. Yeah.
At the senior
Yeah.
living community, it's great. You came to them. I mean,
Right.
what's
Yeah.
love it.
Exactly.
Love the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
such a convenience.
at the Memorial Day event, we'll be doing patriotic music, starting. I think doors open there at 6:30,
Yeah, 6:30.
and so from 6:30 to 6:45, the quartet will be doing some introductory music as people kind of shuffle in and get their seats, and then the program will begin. And there's various aspects of the program that we'll be doing, and then there's also some music during the program. So
And so
there's
it's-
a lot going on in that hour-packed
There's a place
event.
next door, and it's called The Social. And there's no signs. You got to talk about it.
Yes.
And it's a great place for an intermission prior, or and to get warmed up for the event while you're waiting the first startup. And we did that before. It's elegant. It's really nice. I think it really complements the time spent at the show, and just to have that bit of elegance and then come over and see a amazing performance. It was a whole evening of fun. You know, it was enjoyable from top to bottom. And so, didn't you guys sing?
You don't want me to. You
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
like it.
don't want to hear us sing.
No.
Our music is through our instrument.
Yes.
I don't have a voice.
I'm just fishing. I don't know. You want to try real quick?
No, no.
Is there a fee to get into this Memorial Day?
Yeah, so on the Memorial Day event, it's a tribute to honor and remember. Veterans, of course, get in free, and we're so proud of that. And other than that, it would be $20
Okay.
at the door. And
Is there still plenty of seating available?
there is.
Nice.
We have 60 seats.
Okay.
And so you need to RSVP at my phone number. Should I say that?
They're going to post it probably
Oh,
right underneath
perfect.
there.
It's on
for
the
you.
flyer,
Yeah.
936-689-6209.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
Just RSVP and give me the number in your party so that we can keep track. And we're just going to be mentioning the names of the people that are present, the veterans that are present, as well as the ones that we're remembering. So it's going to be a very
Yeah.
nice, heartfelt event.
Sure will be. And every veteran that comes will receive a American flag lapel pin just to honor them. And like Maury said, every guest will have the opportunity to recite the name of a loved one that served, and is either no longer with us or is currently serving.
So is this something new that y'all have started, or is this something that you've done last year? I'm new to Conroe too, so I don't know.
Right. So we've just been open a little over 6 months. So
Okay.
we're still kind of new. So
Perfect.
we're just starting these traditions,
Yeah.
and we hope to keep them going
Yeah.
for sure.
How'd the name of the tune go?
Oh my goodness, it was wonderful.
I missed that one.
Yeah,
I did
so-
catch the talent show, but I missed
Yeah.
the name of that
Yes,
tune. You were
yeah.
there. You were
I was,
involved.
I was the
of
host.
it,
Yeah.
Soloist.
He is the
Yeah.
performer. He's the musician.
So you're
So-
picking the songs?
Yeah, I pick the songs. I give like clues, and then I will. I change the format a little bit. I just ask an audience member if they think they can name the tune in like 4 notes.
So I'm picking up on
And-
some
On-
80s. I
Yeah.
mean, like, did you do Joan Jett at all?
No Joan Jett.
But
I
he
do a
knows
lot.
all through the
I do a
decades,
lot of the classics.
Thumb through
and
some.
so
Really,
forth.
just give me some titles you threw out there.
All
He
right.
said, no, come to the show.
How about I do?
No, the ones that were in this one, they
Okay.
had to guess.
Yeah, I have to think. So
Like the
you
cheat
caught me
sheet.
I do
catching me
remember
off
the
guard.
one that I guessed
Yes.
was I did, and it was in 3 notes, and it was all of me.
Yes.
Oh.
And
It's a
I
classic.
guessed it.
Okay. All right. What else?
Want me to
That's
sing
easy.
that? No.
Yeah. Yes. Don't
And there
offer.
was
All
a
of
Stevie
me.
Wonder. Isn't she lovely?
Why
Did a Stevie-
not
did
take all
There you go.
of
Yeah,
me?
so that's a
See, y'all
classic.
started
So
it.
you would have
Yeah.
guessed that one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, give me some more. I'm just curious
some
what.
Stevie Wonder stuff. From
Okay,
the
okay.
From the 70s.
So do you only play clarinet? Is this how you're doing it? or
Actually, I
you
do. I'm a multi-reed artist. I
Okay.
do clarinet and soprano and tenor sax.
play? Wow.
And it's just
We'll
a
get
lot
him
of
doing
fun.
brass later
Yeah.
on. We'll
Yeah.
venture him over.
Yeah, you're
Come over to
trying,
the dark side.
Yeah.
But the
Keep-
upcoming,
keep trying at it.
The next one we do, he's going to include his sidekick
That's
here,
right. We've
Tina.
got another one coming up on June 20th where Tina will be involved.
Nice.
Super. And then you get the other 2 ladies as well, and and whatever they bring to the fold as far as other than clarinet, and so when you do the full band thing, like at this concert thing, there isn't 4 clarinets in it, is there?
No, there's
No,
12
we
clarinets.
about have 12 clarinets. Yeah, and we have
Wow.
13 flutes,
Wow.
9 trumpets. I mean, it's a whole pretty much orchestra symphonic
band,
band.
yeah.
So it's a full band.
Okay, wow.
We fill up the stage at
You know,
Lake
there's a
Creek
lot
High
of
School.
renditions to full band
Yeah.
around here.
Right, there is. There
drummer
is.
and a bass player.
Well, we barely
it's the
fit.
full band.
We have it all.
Yeah, we barely fit on the stage at Lake Creek High School. So it's a pretty big size
You
group.
played there before?
This will be our second performance at Lake Creek High School. Last year, when we founded the group, we played all at Montgomery High School, which we had 4 concerts that year. So this will be our second concert at Lake Creek High School.
That's
Where do y'all
outstanding.
practice?
So we actually practice in the band hall right across the hallway. So we practice there every Sunday at 7 to 8:30 p.m. Every Sunday we rehearse once a week. So that all comes together with just a week of rehearsal.
Wow, yeah.
And we put that all together, and it comes out to be a fantastic concert. We had our Let's Travel concert
Yes,
back in the
I
spring,
went to that one.
and it was a
Great
it was a
concert.
hit. It was an amazing concert. We had lots of compliments come back. So, and after that concert, our band almost we had 10 people join right after that concert. A lot of it being the high school students because they saw the product and they're like, man, we want a part of that.
Nice.
So yeah, we're at 82 members now. It's just phenomenal. I think we started last year, January of 2023 with maybe 42 members. So we've definitely doubled in a year.
So when you go high school and you go collegiate, there's another place there, right? I mean, it's a bit different than when I go to, say, theater and watch a band or orchestra, right?
Well, I don't know. How do you pick the music? What kind of music are you playing?
Oh, yeah. So for this concert in particular, there's some stuff you're going to definitely know. America the Beautiful. We're actually doing the 1812 Overture at the end. So if you know that piece with cannons firing at the end, we're doing some Sousa, Stars and Stripes Forever.
Oh, okay, cool. I know that one.
And we're also playing a really beautiful rendition of Shenandoah. It's a really just beautiful arrangement. It actually features the clarinets quite well. Nice. So just some really good music there. Next year, this coming fall, we'll be doing our movies concert.
Oh, this is good.
And I say everyone loves the movies concert. We do that every fall. We actually get the band to dress up in their favorite characters from favorite movies. I haven't picked out my costume yet, so I don't know what it's going to be, but we do a lot of neat stuff there.
I've seen the Star Wars one, and it was very good.
Yeah, we do Star Wars, Superman. I think we're going to be doing some Titanic and the Cowboys coming up.
How does the Lake Creek Marching Band or the Montgomery High School Marching Band, do they have one?
I believe yes, they do. They do.
Yeah.
They do.
You know that whole stadium sound. You know that, and then you get that.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about. You get into that a little bit when you're in the flair of it. I mean, I realize it's not the same band.
Sure.
You know, but. Is it reminiscent? Do you lean into some of that flavor?
Like a show band?
I think people are very surprised of the volume we get out of a band this size. I know they'll definitely be taken back with 1812 Overture coming up on July 7th.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
and then there was another one you mentioned, the I don't know if
Stars and Stripes, I think.
there's something with the cannons and.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
1812 has a full cannon fire at the end, and we're definitely bringing that to Lake Creek High School.
There you go.
So we're hoping to put people back in their chairs a little bit when we do
It
that.
is summertime, but I know they love their spirit there, and they're doing great with the ladies golf, and is killing it. You know, and
It's such a great district.
a lot of good stuff coming out of Lake Creek and the Montgomery students all together, Montgomery High School, and
But I love how they can see that it's something, a passion that you can have forever. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It definitely
Inspiring.
goes across the age. We have members in the band that are 14,
Yeah.
16 years old, all the way up. I think our oldest member is like 85.
Wow.
85. And and some of them haven't played in 30 years, and they're like, I'm going to go play again.
That's
so it's
awesome.
great. It's great.
So it's the School of Live Music. You can catch them at 107 Old River Road in Montgomery, Texas. You can go out there, and it's at $20 to get in, free for veterans. And that's the 31st of May right here. And you can catch that show there, the Tribute to Veterans Memorial Day event, right here on Old River Road. And if you're not familiar with that, it's like right past Nasty's and right before you get to Walden Road.
I don't think it's
You know,
called
next-
Shenasty.
Oh, Shanasty's? Is that what it's
It's
called?
called Shanahan.
Shanahan. Oh, sorry.
That's the local
I
term
don't know.
for it.
I don't know that place. Hearsay. But right next door is the Social, and there's also a boba place there, and I love that place. And you know, my daughters wanted some boba, and we went looking, and you had to go to Magnolia to get it. And she's like, "Dad, let's go." No, just cancel the boba. You know what I mean? And now it's like on the corner, so I have to regularly. It's on the list, but So the 31st, you can come and catch that, and that doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 7.
And what I like to always say is come a little early, enjoy the plaza. Like you said, the social speakeasy next door on the one side and the cha boba tea. There's food and or drink, and you can just kind of hang out and get there a little early, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, and you get the, either side, depending on, whatever orientation you came with.
Exactly.
So is it RSVP only, or can they still buy tickets at the door?
It's
Unless you're
best to
full.
RSVP, but they can certainly
Try.
just come to the door.
Okay.
Yeah, it would. Yes, that would be great to RSVP.
So whip out folding chairs till she can't.
Exactly. And it is wheelchair accessible, and we do have a
Nice.
ramp.
Okay.
And I guess the second fold there now, just to make sure we rehash on that, just the umbrella here. My Home Sweet Home, a patriotic concert from the Montgomery Community Band at Sunday, July 7th at 4 p.m. at the Lake Creek High School Auditorium. So we want to bring this up again. We'll do that for you before we get to July 7th. so people don't forget, because summertime, there's a lot going on. A lot of people go different directions. And a whole lot of people said goodbye to Lake Creek for a little while. You know, we ain't coming back. You know, and congratulations to all the graduates, and wherever your road may take you, if you're ready to go to university or if you're ready to come back next year, we'll see you next year, folks. Thank you. And congratulations. And congratulations, guys. And so I guess on your notes here, you also had another event coming, and I'll briefly touch on that as we close out. You had something else down the road that was pretty exciting. What was that other thing you had?
Well, we have on June 20th, we have a Name That Tune.
Name that tune.
Yes. And
The one we've been talking about. Yeah, I knew
Yeah,
there was
that's the
something.
big
Yeah,
one.
and you're
Yeah.
going to do that one too?
I will do that, and
And I will be hosting.
Tina will be the host.
Oh. And so we should expect something 60s to 80s genre.
Yes.
Oh yes,
It
definitely.
sounds like what I'm
Definitely.
hearing, and that can kind of narrow down
will
my
be
study
fun.
before I show up.
Right.
Lots of fun.
Yeah, no, I always thought I'd be really good at that.
Well, like I love Bridgerton. I don't know if y'all ever watch it, but it plays classical music or new style music classically, I
Yes.
guess.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a really great.
It's really fun
You need
to
to watch it
listen
on
to.
Netflix. It's a good series.
What's it called?
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton. All right.
Okay.
Well, ladies, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming today, and I look forward to
Welcome.
seeing
Thank
all
you.
of y'all
for
again on the
having us.
31st.
Yes.
I
Please
can't
come.
tell you
Yeah, I
how
hope you
much
can
the
make it.
last
Please
one
come.
was
We
so
want to
cool.
honor all of our veterans. So
Yes,
please
Yes.
it'd
come.
be great to fill
Absolutely.
the place.
Yeah.
It really
That'd be awesome. It won't be hard to do. I think you got that on lock. I'm worried where I'm going to stand and if I can still see the
Great.
stage. So, guys, make your reservations. Check them out. School of Live Music. We'll be back right after this.
Lone Star Radio on my mind. So won't you kick your feet?
Texas Ticket is sponsored by True Texas Solar, Montgomery County's trusted provider of turnkey solar solutions for your home. True Texas Solar provides renewable clean energy services to residential homeowners seeking energy independence to reduce or eliminate electrical utility grid costs while utilizing government and manufacturing incentives for renewable energy savings. True Texas Solar can be reached by phone at 936-286-8325 or visit them online at www.truetexassolar.com.
Lone Star Radio on my mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cody Joe Hodges.
Won't you kick your feet up if you haven't been?
Seems like only yesterday you thought that boogeyman was gonna take you away. With tears welling in your eyes, you asked me to stay. So remember me when you get to Tennessee. I'll be here somewhere near that old oak tree. I just can't wait to see you again. Been too long, my friend. Go catch that star, but don't forget who you are. Keep chasing your dreams. I hope you go far. It's a long and winding road, so take it all in. Appreciate time and the places you've been, 'cause it's all just a matter of time before you catch that star. You've always got a place back home, and Don't you ever feel alone. Go catch that star, but don't forget who you are. And keep chasing those dreams. I know you'll go far. It's a long and winding road, so take it all in. Appreciate time and the places you've been, because it's all just a matter of time before you catch that star. It's about as good as I can do without a pick. Hey!
Oh man, that's awesome.
And other bandmates, of course. You know. Other bandmates make it so much better.
That was beautiful.
Well, Cody Joe Hodges, welcome to the show, man. Glad you're here.
Thank you, man. It's always a good time when I come to Conroe, especially when I've had a full day of golf. Man alive, it has been exciting, to say the least.
Your attire's a little different. You have your Margaritaville attire going.
I've got my golfing outfit on instead of my cowboy hat, you know.
And y'all played well, you said. Everything went good.
We did. You know, I don't usually share the scores, but we did very well as a team. You know, finished right above par for the course, you know, which is cool. You know, it takes 4 guys to do something great, you know. So kind of like a band.
Well, and speaking of, you guys are going to be over at Dosey Doe coming up, and that's kind of what brought you out.
Friday the 31st. I was going to say the dyslexic version of that, you know. But yes, the 31st. It's gonna start off at 7:30, and there's gonna be Julia Hatfield is gonna open the show.
Okay.
And she is an amazing talent. She just got off of a cruise ship. She was a musician on a cruise ship, and she's been in this area for as long as I've been doing this, you know. So, but man, she's absolute great talent. Start kicking it off at 7:30.
A Dosey Doe with a big barn.
Yes, the big barn.
You got to be good to be on a cruise ship, I think. You know, I think that's a lot more challenge because, I mean, at Dosey Doe, they all leave when you're done. So, you know what I mean? On the boat, they're still there.
Yeah, it's like okay, I got to see these guys all week.
Yeah. So when do I play? You know, boy, it better be good.
Once a trip or once.
And she plays guitar and piano.
Oh, wow.
So which is awesome. So I think she might even come up and sing a few songs with us. And
Will there be a piano on the stage?
You know, I don't know. I'm hoping so.
I know they had one. I can't remember if it's there.
I know that when I was there with the War Hippies,
Donnie Race.
Of course Donnie plays the piano, and they had a big old, I think baby grand piano or what was something huge in there, and I was like,
Walking in Memphis. I remember he played Walking in Memphis.
He did like a collaboration of a bunch of songs,
Memphis.
you know.
And Scotty kept messing with him with the bow from his violin. He's just getting him from behind, and he was like, no look, eyes closed, getting picked on, and still.
That was last October. It's hard to believe it's been that long, you know. Wow. So it's been that long since I've been in here, right?
You were here right at Christmas
time.
time.
We were doing the musical
Christmas
album.
Time. Yeah.
You were on the musical album, and Kate Watson was here that episode, and she shot Rudolph in that song for her contribution to the Lone Star Community Radio Christmas album, which comes out every year.
Oh man, I got something really cool to share with you guys. I got to play a benefit last Saturday there in Bernie, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hope for Heroes.
Okay.
And they what they do is they help out police officers and stuff like
First
first responders and people that like get fallen in the line of duty and you know just help the families out and which is a really cool. But dude, I got to play. I had a 6-piece band over there, and I got one of George Strait's band members was in my band.
Nice.
And his keyboard player, and like it was just so cool. Like, I mean, it was an amazing time. So I'm looking forward. He's not going to be with us, but we got everybody else with us.
But when guys like that just jump in your band, do they know what to do? I mean, do you just tell them?
Man, it's like if you know how to play basketball.
Yeah.
You still can play.
And you can and you see a court and a bunch of guys playing, and you want to go say, hey, you just need to know.
He can just blend in there, give him a key. And
you just tell him what key it is.
So he'll be playing with you at Dosey Doe? Or He played with you.
He played with me last
Okay.
week, and
For
so
Hope for Heroes.
so
Yeah.
for Hope for Heroes. So it's hard to take him away from George.
I mean-
you know. But,
Yeah.
Supposedly he's not touring anymore. Come on
yeah,
now.
well, that's what he said in 2014 when I
know,
went to
right?
go see him at AT&T Stadium for his last show,
Yeah.
supposedly.
We're not talking about that.
But man, I tell you what, it's going to be such a great show this coming Friday at the 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Do-Si-Do, the Big Barn. Man, it's
Well, we're big fans of Chelsea and
yeah.
Do-Si-Do,
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, ever since I saw it the first time, I was like, that was the first time I saw it when I was hanging
The
out
place.
with the War Hippies, and
Oh.
I was like, wow. I was like, man, this place is so cool. So I talked to Steve, you know, the owner. I was like, man, I'd really like to get my own spot, you know. And so he's like, well, we can make that happen. So
Nice.
here, like 6 months later, you know, here we are, and we've already got, you know, 90 to 100 tickets already sold. So which is
And
which
it's
is
a great
start,
show.
which is a great start for my very first gig in there. You know, I
Yeah.
think
And you put
know,
on a great show. And I'll tell you, last time we went, we took a couple of photographers from Golakeconroe with us, and they were moving around the room, and
There's not a bad seat in the house.
they
Oh,
weren't near
man.
as familiar with the War Hippies and Cody Joe Hodges as I am, right? So when they came, they had no idea what was going on, and we were all disconnected
It was a
and around
magical
the room.
night.
They thought you're the headliner, and they were like, "Dude, this show's amazing." They kept coming back, and you know, like they were done. You know, I'm
It's like, no,
whoa,
this show is just
no,
getting started.
that's not the War Hippies, you know. And they were like, "Dude, what?"
I am a military veteran. Though,
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
I
you
just
know.
think that the talent was so strong in one evening, they couldn't tell, you know, they were
Which
just
is
like
great. That's
all
what you
about
want.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you want,
We
you
thought,
know, like-
wow, when you were done, it's like it was time to go home. We were satisfied. I'm like, man, we were entertained. This was a great show. We were, you know, and then they were like, and I told them, no, they're coming on in a few minutes because there was a break between the two that was a bit longer than a little bit normal because they had to move some stage setup. But a lot of them, it was their first time to Do-Si-Do as well.
Oh, yeah.
So they didn't understand the rhythm of the evening. And so after you left, they were like, bravo, wow, what a show.
That's
you
so
know, it's
awesome.
like,
Yeah.
there's more.
I
There's
don't think
more.
I've ever been there.
Like, yeah, there's more. What do you-
Bonus.
yeah. It was like that. I swear the whole night
No,
went like that.
it really was. It was so cool. It was a magical evening.
It
you
was
know,
fun.
and what's so crazy is that they were only a 3-piece, you know, and
Yeah.
and you know, I think we got a 5-piece band coming out there next, you know.
Nice.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
So it should be cool. I've got a fiddle, steel guitar. I play.
Is your wife going to be playing too?
Oh, well, you know, I don't know. She was supposed to be playing, and then the guy that played with us was George Strait's guys. Like said that he was not booked this week.
Oh.
You
Oh,
know,
wow.
And so he asked if, you know, he said, man, you think y'all could get me on the gig? And I looked at Jamie. And Jamie's like, mm-hmm. He was so good. I
Let
mean,
him go.
like he came and he did his homework.
Oh, wow.
Like, I mean, like, just an absolute professional.
Nice.
You know, and that's the kind of people I want to play with.
Absolutely.
You know, like I don't want to come up to a show that you're paying to be there
Yeah, no.
and have my musicians not do their homework. Like that guy's probably not going to be working with me very long. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, Jamie usually plays with me, but on a few of those shows, especially like Do-Si-Do is one of them. You know, I think that show could go either way. You know, because it's an intimate listening room to where a cajon is really all you need.
Yeah.
But if you got a guy who doesn't miss a beat and he puts in all the stops and the breaks,
You can
and
go.
the,
Yeah.
like it's like I mean, like everything that you could like hear on the album. He's doing that.
Awesome.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, like that, I get goosebumps, man, just thinking about how awesome that is.
That's exciting.
So I've been watching you move around the U.S. a little bit. Now a lot of them been a little closer, not so far, but then you've done some further ones that are outside of Texas lately.
Yeah. Well, we live half the year here in the Bryan College Station area.
Okay.
And we live half the year in Nashville. And the other half of the year we're on the road. So figure that one out, mathematics.
Yeah. And you've done some faraway places. Tell me a little bit about some distance to some trips you've done.
I think the farthest we've gone. Well, we do have an Italy trip scheduled for October. But as far as for going the greatest distance, well, it might even not even be the greatest distance compared to here. I think the greatest distance I play would be like New York or Washington. But I've also played Mexico. you know, and so I played at an international guitar festival down in Mexico.
I bet that was
and-
amazing.
Oh, dude, it was.
That'd be the one I'd
Was it
want to
in
go
Mexico
to.
City? Or?
It was a great time. Like you got to watch out how much you drink down there. Like you can't
Or
go,
not.
you can't go overboard. You don't want to be like those Americans that come over there and get stupid. You know, like those guys end up in a ditch or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys.
Those guys.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's you know, it was nothing but fun, and I met I meet people everywhere we go. Like today, the guy I was playing golf with, one of the guys I was playing golf with three guys, but one of them I had met when I was on tour in North Carolina.
Wow.
And he has a company here in Houston, and next thing you know, like him and his friends, I think they bought up like 14 tickets to Do-Si-Do.
Nice.
So
There you go.
he's bringing all his friends out, and like and he was like our ringer today, you know, on the
Hey.
golf course, you
Yeah.
know, like when nobody else hit a good shot, he was the guy that was going to get you there, you know.
Did
so-
anybody tell you to go to the cart and get your guitar, from the golf cart instead of your clubs this time?
No, but they
There
did
were
have
none of
my
those
music
jokes.
playing.
You can
and
play
I was
then.
Like, and I was like, every once in a while, I listen. You know, the first time I think I heard one of our songs, like, the guy hit a bad shot, and I was like, you need to change the station.
He's playing your music while you're out there?
Yeah,
That's
so,
great.
Yeah, so they were jamming it, you know. But,
Nice.
So did
Yeah.
you know anybody when you went to sign up, or you just these are people that were paired
They're
with
random?
no. Well, he and I were gonna play by ourselves, and then
Okay.
and all of a sudden I talked to Debbie Glenn, and I think it's Debbie Cross now, and
Debbie Glenn
and
Cross.
she said her husband Darren and her stepson Austin wanted to play, and I was like,
Okay.
come on, and Austin, man, he's I mean, he almost went professional on baseball.
Wow.
You know, but he played college ball. He was like All-American, and like, I mean,
So he's an athlete.
yeah. Well, we got to like hole number, let's just say 17.
Sure.
I had my best drive over the day, and I was like, oh, dude, like everybody was like, dude, you know. And he comes up and he outdrives him by like 10 yards, and I'm like. Oh, that's cool, you know. Like I mean, like all-American athlete over here, you
Yeah.
know. Like I'm hanging in there. so,
10 yards down the middle, baby. And we were visiting with Debbie Lane Cross and Debbie LaRue, and they had the South Austin Moonlighters over at a get-together just last weekend, over the weekend. Have you met this band?
No,
South Austin
no.
Moonlighters. Super
But
cool
it sounds
friends.
like a cool.
And
cool band.
Debbie's band, Southern Disposition.
Okay,
You
yes,
know these
yes,
guys,
I
right?
have-
Yeah, they
In fact,
performed there
I
as
know
well.
I know several of the band members that's in that band. I think they're from the Bryan College. Some of them are from the Bryan College Station area.
I'm not sure that guitarist is amazing. She got a really good guitarist in there. He kills it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really like him. So they played in the South Austin Moonlighters, and so we got a lot of that good local music and that setting, that personal setting. I really do like. But man, nothing beats the sound over at Do-Si-Do. That wood room, that
man.
whole, it's like a wooden.
It's a barn.
Well, see,
Barn, yeah.
what happened was, and I'm sure y'all know this, but I'm gonna tell a story anyways. But I don't know if it was Steve that did it, but somebody over there went to Kentucky
Then moved it.
and found an old tobacco barn that somebody was wanting to tear down.
Yeah.
They took it all apart, labeled all the parts, put it on a trailer, hauled it down here, and reassembled it part by part.
That's crazy, right? And you can still see that hand axe trimming on the
Oh,
pillars
yeah.
in there. And there's it's not an original story for the Montgomery County. We've got the Southern Empress on Lake Conroe that was brought to us from New Orleans or Louisiana, and it was brought on semi-tractor trailer trucks, like 12 of them, and they assembled it here on Lake Conroe. So it won't leave the way it's sitting there.
Yeah.
And it didn't come that way. Yeah. But it's there now, and it's all those parts and pieces that got trailered over, and it's just kind of interesting when they move things like this. And
Yeah, and I feel like that old wood too, like it lets all like it does a better job of like absorbing the crazy frequencies, in the room that would normally like bounce off of.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it kind of soaks it in,
Yeah.
and it allows more headroom for the front of the house guy to work with, which if you don't know about running sound, don't disregard what I just said. You know, it just makes it better.
Yeah.
It just makes it better.
It's
Yeah.
more. It's clean.
Yeah.
And-
This guy knows about headroom.
And I can't seem to identify where exactly that. Like it's in a lot of places when you go, you know exactly where the speaker is. You know what I mean? I can tell you, there's a speaker right there. Let's not sit in front of the speaker, kind of thing. You know, at Do-Si-Do, you can't tell, right? No matter where it is.
Because they've got the main speakers, and then I think they got smaller speakers in there to where they like it's almost like it's like Dolby surround, you know, like
and then the acoustics of the room bring it into play more.
Yeah.
So
you can't deny that having a great sound guy
Yeah.
makes
sure.
the difference.
Absolutely.
You know, having a guy that knows what they're doing, like that's
every time you hear a band that you know they don't have one and they screw it up, you know they did, because it's
Yeah.
like the guitar and everybody's like totally washing out the vocalist,
Yeah.
or vice versa. You can't hear any instrument. All you hear is the guy because he's so loud.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, you know, he's good, but dang.
Yeah.
Hey, having a great
washing
mix
out
is half the listeners the listeners battle. You know, I mean, you don't want to have to have. You don't want your listeners to have to battle to try to understand what's happening.
It's important, and
You know?
a lot of times you got to pregame with a venue and get that sound right before you go. Because I've heard the term plug and play musicians, and then some are not, some are. What are the biggest differences there that people should look for? Venues should look for.
As far as can you
Not
restate the question?
Not being a plug and play.
Yeah,
You know, what's not a plug and play? I mean, I get it. Just, boom, let's go. You know, my amp's in and we start singing. But what there are some variants in the sound to setting up.
Oh yeah. Well, I would say that anytime you take more time into your setup, I mean, it's always going to end up sounding better, especially if you got somebody that knows what they're doing. I've studied sound the past. Well, I mean, I think and I think every frontman, band member should have to have the knowledge, some kind of knowledge of sound and how it operates in a room, and how to do negative EQing, you know, taking out the bad frequencies in the room to where, you know, it makes everything just sound better.
You change a song if you like bring up like something too high and something too low that was off balance. You know, I mean, we're all playing well. Everybody's playing their instrument correctly, you know, but we plugged you in, he's acoustic, and now we've got this lopsided thing going, which changes the kind of the song a bit.
Do you guys do sound check before? Like,
Oh yeah, we'll be in there by. I mean, like, cause like the opener goes on at 7:30. I mean, we'll be in there at 2:00 in the afternoon.
okay.
You know, like figuring it out.
Nice.
I feel worried
You
about
know?
that in there because it catches everything like pin drops in there. I mean, you're like, you know what I mean? If
Oh,
I cough,
yeah.
it's like in
Yeah.
surround sound, you know.
And the reason you can do that is because, like, if a certain frequency is too high, it'll cause that.
Yeah.
You know that
yeah.
either like a
piercing.
low rumble or like a high pitched sound.
Just takes
the,
off of
the kind that everybody says. You know, like you
Yeah,
cover your
he
ears
got
and
us.
you say, "Golly, what is that?" Like, you know, it sounds like a cat scratching.
He
or
slide him off
something,
fork
you know?
across the plate.
But by taking those frequencies out, you can lift up the master volume more,
Yeah.
and to where it makes everything more prevalent. You know,
Yeah.
each instrument can be brought up a little bit more in the room.
I think if
you
it's
know?
just me on like drums and you singing, we could probably tune that in real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
In
yeah.
a
I mean,
small
it's
room,
not
small
it's not much.
setting, regular.
If there's
you know.
just like 2 or 3 people, I mean, that's easy. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
but when you're getting a whole band and
Yeah.
you got the, you know,
You got to do that right.
yeah, you do, because I mean it's and a lot of times I can do it. I mean, I'm trained to do it. You know, I mean, all you got to do is just, there's a few things you got to do, but let's not go into that.
Well, you got to know what it sounds like and what you want it to sound like and what your final product should be. You know,
Oh, yeah.
you define it. You know what
Well,
I mean?
you definitely want it like
You write
like
it.
meaty and thick. You know, but like you don't want it to be like
That's what
like.
she said.
He said it.
Where's Jamie at today?
Let me write that down. Well, why don't you kick us another lick? What you got?
All right. Well, man alive.
I don't know. The Cody Joe Hodges locker.
I'm trying to think of which one let me see.
I knew that was a intermission court there.
Yeah, let's.
I'm thinking out loud.
Oh, hey, I tell you what. Hey, you know what I want to do?
Love it.
I want to do a
Yes, do it.
new song that I haven't recorded.
Okay.
You know, and I really like the song.
What's it called?
In fact, George Strait's keyboard player,
Okay.
Mr. John Michael, man, we were talking
John Michael.
after the show on Saturday, and he told me, he said, because he did the homework, he listened to my tunes, so he could know what he's supposed to be playing, and he told me after the show, he said, man, he said your tunes like sound like he said nothing wrong with your tunes. He said, but man, you sounded way better live.
Aw.
Than
Yeah.
you did on the recording. And so I thought that was a huge compliment.
Yeah.
And so we played this song, and he told me he'd definitely be interested in working with me on my
Nice.
upcoming project. So I said, dude, that's about as cool as you get. Like you got George Strait's folks
Yeah.
wanting to help you out. So I mean, how cool is that?
That's awesome.
I mean he's still the king. He just sold out Kyle Field.
Yeah.
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 For
And he knows what he's doing. I mean, there's just no question about that.
He's been playing with he's only like 44, 45 years old, and he's been playing with George for 19 years.
Dang.
So he started with George when he was
Baby.
early. Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
You got it. You got it.
And he's also, I mean, with Sleep at the Wheel,
Yeah.
Ray Benson, and I mean,
So he's got a good
it's-
ear for good music.
Yeah, so which is really cool that he even wanted to play with me. So
Yeah.
I was like, man, like, that's
Yeah.
that's very like.
Yeah.
So would
Humbling.
this be a song maybe you're going to play Do-Si-Do?
Yeah,
Since
no,
you
absolutely.
got him with
It's
it
on the
and
list.
he's-
I'm looking at the list for Do-Si-Do right
Yeah,
here, and I'm
okay,
like,
okay, that's
I'm
what I
like,
thought.
I was like, which one should we do? Like, there's about 22 on here.
Okay.
And you write all your own music, right?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much. I mean, my wife Jamie,
Yeah.
who I pointed at right over here, who's not really here,
Yeah.
but
We'll just pretend.
but she's yeah, we can pretend.
Jamie! Too much, yeah.
Yeah. But she writes a lot of the songs with me, and only maybe like one or two songs that are originals on here that that you can find on CodyJoeHodges.com.
Like get tangled in the Christmas lights tonight.
Yeah, we
Love
won't do
that
that. But
one.
you know what's crazy is that I looked at this like the stats on that song, and that's like my biggest song for last year.
Aw. It's
good.
a great
Just-
song. It's a great
Just
song.
because like it got
Let's
most of the
get
play
tangled in
in
the Christmas
November,
lights.
and it got enough airplay in November and December
To beat all the
to beat all the other ones.
It was on the Christmas album.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, so many people had, it was one of those. It's one of those tunes that
Yeah.
I'm hoping that it's going to be a reoccurring
Yeah.
Christmas song that everybody wants to hear
Yeah,
at least
and
once
who
during
wrote
the
that?
Christmas season. Jamie and I wrote that.
That's
song.
what I thought,
So-
yeah, because I remember she was here for that,
Yeah.
and she was telling us about her input.
And I think we even did that song on.
Yeah, y'all
like,
did it.
yeah,
It's great. Yeah. All right. Your
Fun
pick.
song.
I'm playing with your mind now. Whatever you
Let's
think's
do it.
best.
Let's do
yeah.
it.
What's it called?
The song's called "Somewhere,"
Okay.
and it's about being somewhere, thinking that you wasn't gonna be somewhere, just because of all the crazy obstacles that the good Lord threw in your way. You know, on your way to getting somewhere. So
No,
here we
about
go.
that one.
Yeah. I feel like everybody can relate to
Yeah.
that. No matter, because no matter who you are or where you are, I do believe in a higher power that gets us all where we need to be.
Yeah.
And so
Amen.
so here I am today. So. If I'd have just taken that advice I didn't want to take, if I just learned that lesson instead of making the same mistakes, held my tongue instead of saying exactly what I think, I'd really be somewhere. I'd made better decisions, didn't overthink, just taking a little time instead of rushing through everything. Just walked away instead of having one more drink. I'd really be somewhere. That's why I'm out here on this highway, wishing on a star. Out here doing it my way, every day a brand new start. Numb from the mess I've made, I keep running through this life, trying to outrun the pain. I'm gonna be somewhere. I'm gonna be somewhere. That's why I'm out here mending bridges burned down when I was weak, learning how to listen a little more than I tend to speak. And I'll keep striving to be the best that I can be, so I can be somewhere. That's why I'm out here on this highway, wishing on a star. Had it doing it my way, every day a brand new start. Numb from the mess I made, I keep running through this life, trying to outrun the pain. I'm gonna be somewhere. I'm somewhere. Somewhere. Somewhere, I'm somewhere. Something like that. I'm still working on that last part, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
I've heard that song. I know that
I
song.
think you did it last time you were here. But
Oh, did I?
Yeah, I know
okay,
that song.
Okay.
He's always going to his
Yeah, we wrote it last year, and you know, and I feel like you know, I feel like it's
it's a great song.
yeah, it's just I feel like there's a lot of people that you know that.
It resonates with, I'm sure.
Yeah, you know, I mean, sometimes people like feel like they're in a rut or they're not getting to where they need to be, and it's like, hey, dude, just chill out and just do your thing.
Yeah.
And the Great Spirit, good Lord, whatever you call that higher power.
You can stick with good Lord. You're doing
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, like I mean, that you're gonna get where you need to be.
Sure.
You know, and so, yeah.
Well, I'm excited. Looking forward to going
Thank
to
you,
Dos
thank you.
Cito.
Yeah, me too, me too.
I want to bring you back. It just feels like it was just yesterday you were here, and I just realized that's November. You know, and
Yeah, crazy.
and, you know, and I ran into Kate Watson that was with you on that episode over at the Biggest Texas Fest a couple weeks back, and she was, why didn't you call me back? And I was like, well, you were just on. She goes, that was 8 months ago, Armando.
Yeah.
You know, come on. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Wow, how time flies. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, and none of us are Asians. That's wonderful, right?
It feels like a blink. I'm gonna go see a show, and it's this guy.
Cody Joe Hodges, Friday.
Well, Friday for sure.
May
yeah.
31st.
Yeah, we were talking about this sauce boss guy. You know this guy? He says he works for Gumbo.
The sauce boss.
Yeah, he works for
Hey,
Gumbo.
that sounds-
He's a musician. Comes out in a chef's outfit.
Wow. Hey, that's next level.
Yeah.
Like that's a guy getting somewhere. Like
He's playing at the table at May.
Bill Wharton. Is that where he's
very
playing?
cool.
Yeah,
I love the table at Maley, man. Frank and all those guys over there,
had Frank
wonderful
on last week.
people. Heck yeah.
He all his songs. Have you ever heard of that one guy? All his songs are food related.
Adam
This
Sandler.
is
I feel like I've heard of that guy that you're talking about.
he's got an okra song and some other songs. They're all food related, and I wish I could remember his name. He played the Conroe Americana Music Festival here in town, and He was with Charlie Crockett.
Okay,
Charlie
okay.
Crockett
Yeah,
played a
yeah.
free concert at Heritage Park.
Okay.
Back then, you go look on his page, there's like 15 followers. It's like now he's got like 2.5 million followers. And
Yeah,
it ain't
wow,
been
huh?
10 years. And he was right here doing free show.
I'm doing
Heritage
something
Park.
wrong. I've got 20,000 after 10 years.
Well, I mean, he had been doing it. He was a vagabond. The guy was living in
I need a
trains
gimmick. I need a gimmick.
Yeah, he batted one out just lately, been killing it, and we're looking
That's
forward
awesome.
to catching some of those shows and like the Sauce Boss and some of these others that are happening here in about town in downtown Conroe, but as well as venturing out a little bit, hitting Do-Si-Do. Going to see Cody
I
Joe
love
Hodges.
it. I love it.
Bringing that J-O-Y.
J-O-Y.
Dude, capital J-O-Y, baby.
Hey, thank you for coming and interrupting your day,
Yeah,
Cody.
yeah, no, absolutely.
We'll see you out there at Do-Si-Do, and we'll be back for the Punch Your Texas Ticket segment of the show right after this.
Lone Star Radio on my mind.
Texas Ticket is sponsored by True Texas Solar, Montgomery County's trusted provider of turnkey solar solutions for your home. True Texas Solar provides renewable clean energy services to residential homeowners seeking energy independence to reduce or eliminate electrical utility grid costs while utilizing government and manufacturing incentives for renewable energy savings. True Texas Solar can be reached by phone at 936-286-8325 or visit them online at www.truetexassolar.com.
Welcome back to the Texas Ticket. Armando and Shurie Potts.
Hi.
This is the Punch Your Texas Ticket segment of the show.
Why you gotta do that? Like you're gonna punch me?
Punch it. That's this hand.
No.
This
It's no hands.
no hands. Oh, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'll put hands on anybody. Good night. Man,
but
I
like,
feel terrible.
When you
I'm
say
so
punch your
sorry.
Texas ticket, I think of like a hole punch, like a
Oh, yeah. Punch it.
not punch.
Well, we were working with a couple of the El Tigre boxing promotions group.
Yeah, okay.
And for a long time, they come in like twice a year. And while we pregame, postgame with them, they're always,
Yeah.
every pose is
Yeah.
one of these. And it's like, next thing you know, your thumbs up turns into, I don't know.
I used to
was.
date an MMA fighter, and that's literally every pose, no matter what we were taking pictures for. That was
Did you start doing it too?
no, absolutely not.
It's so suggestive. I was totally subliminally. I don't know what to do with my hands, and then all of a sudden it was, the same thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is the part of the show where you can punch that ticket, the
go.
metaphoric ticket, and it just to Texas style events and things that are attractive to Texans, at least currently in the current genre, the current timeline, where, and things that matter to here locally, deep in the heart of Texas.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And
So-
it's Memorial Day, so hopefully, or Memorial Day weekend, right?
It is, and that's Memorial Day is traditionally the last Monday of May, and I don't know what did they say? They had that memorial thing, and they said traditionally
So
the
it's-
31st, but traditionally it's the last Monday of May.
I don't know, to be honest with you.
I had some notes on that somewhere, but
But I feel like there is stuff going on, but I feel like there's not a lot of things going on because I write a letter every week to my guests that are in house at the Hyatt to say, if you want to step out in Conroe, here's what's going on. And I just felt like it was lacking a little. So I'm wondering, because this will be my second Memorial Day here. What happens? Does everybody go to the lake? What?
it says it was observed on May 30th since 1971.
You're still stuck on that one, huh?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyway, but it's for fallen a military of any kind.
No, I know what it's for. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everybody doesn't, which is kind of
Oh.
they
Really?
they mix up Memorial Day
And Labor Day?
yeah, they'll go around telling veterans thank you for their service, which is a good habit anyway. But
Yeah.
the day is meant for those fallen,
Mm-hmm.
and meant to remember the lost. And so we it's a bit of bereavement. It's a different kind of but a celebration nevertheless of freedom and what I guess our country has surmised from their sacrifice.
Yeah.
And so here we are. with Memorial Day on the horizon, 30th, 31st. You can celebrate all weekend. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Monday's kind of a tough one. National holiday, though, so it's a federal holiday, so we should
Yeah.
have all the banks and post offices will be closed. You got that going for you. We've got the Kenny Chesney Tribute Band.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's happening over it, and it's called Barefoot Nation. It's on the 25th.
Oh,
it's
that's going to be at the Ice House, right?
tomorrow. Yeah, the Ice House Conroe. Yeah,
I'm
our
excited. I
our
wanna
friends
go to
over
that.
there have a wonderful facility.
That was the one thing that I put on my letter, by the way.
Did you?
Yes, because
That
I want to go
Ice House
to
Conroe
it.
has a beautiful facility.
No, that they're having a Kenny Chesney tribute band.
Oh, on the letter of all the good stuff
Yes,
happening for
yes.
yeah, absolutely. And just a footnote to that, they have the next Van Halen, which I think everything's in the shadow of that. The next Van Halen is a Van Halen tribute band June 22nd, but it's so far out I can't just lean on that. There's stuff between now and then.
Is that going to be at the Ice House? Too?
The June 22nd at the Ice House Conroe. Next Van Halen will do a live performance there, and they're good.
Well,
they're very good.
We went and had their tasting of their food, and I gotta tell you, I was craving some of that Frito pie or whatever it was, the chili stuff.
It was a Frito pie.
I am excited to go back and have
And
some
that
of
little croquet,
It was so good.
that crab meat stuffing, whatever that thing was, it was so good. Anyway, lots of really good food, and I hate to get on the food because they're really. I can go there for food. I mean, the place is
No,
cool.
it's huge, and there's outdoor games. There's that huge screen. Jay and Danny did a really nice job. For sure.
Really nice. So the Memorial Day tribute to our veterans, again, that's May 31st, and I think that's a Friday, May 31st. And
Yes.
Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's not
Yeah.
this Friday, but next Friday.
Next Friday. Okay, so May 31st, and that's 107 Old River Road. That's the folks that were here with us today from the School of Live Music. And again, on Old River Road, right next door, there's no signage, there's no big billboard, but it's the social speakeasy right next door.
yeah.
So you can go
I
in there,
haven't
get your
been there
pregame cocktail, or you can go to the boba place. It has a sign. You'll be able to find that. But anyway, Coffee and Classics over at Hunger Crush, June 1st. You can go to Hunger Crush Cafe. I think this is like their 15th of these. The cars keep getting better. There's more. It's early in the morning, complimentary coffee, no cost to play along. And, some like-minded individuals, a bunch of gearheads hanging out, talking about their cars early in the morning. And it just seems so, I don't know, everybody talks a big game, but between 6:30 and 8:30, it gets so real. You get on a curb with anybody between 6:30 and 8:30, it's a different conversation.
Is that AM?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I won't be doing that.
Yeah. It's Coffee and Classics and Hunger Crush. It's a breakfast. It's about a 2-hour meetup, and then they show off the cars. And the whole parking lot's empty at that hour. Usually, anytime you go to the Water Point Shoreline area,
yeah.
it's packed. You can't. How you can do a car show?
I'm one of those people that you can't talk to me until 9:00.
Oh, well, the gearheads are hanging out June 1st, and you catch them over there at Hunger Crush Cafe. You can see that online. So Saturday, July 27th, Guets will be over at Cynthia Woods Pavilion. Got
Okay.
that on the list. It starts 7. Brian Adams, the tribute band, Run to You. Gonna run to you.
I love Brian Adams. I don't care
Cuts
what
like a
anybody
knife.
says.
It feels so right. They're going to be over at Bernhardt Winery in Plantersville. Wow, that's Cody. So you can catch Bernhardt Wineries
July
Run to
28th,
You.
yeah.
July 28th, yeah. Texas TNT at Papa's on the Lake. And TNT's a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be Saturday the 25th.
You forgot CJ
Papa's on the Lake.
Kern. CJ Kern, it'll
Yeah,
be,
at
I think
Pacific
it's
Yard
his
House.
first time at Pacific Yard House.
Yeah, so CJ Kern will be at Pacific Yard House on Thursday, May 30th, 8 p.m. Let's see. Yeah. Metcalf Street, 101 Metcalf Street.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We have our friend Dan Annis. Yeah. He's going to be at 202 Main.
Singer, songwriter,
Yeah.
musician, magician. Wait, maybe not a magician.
Oh, no, not a magician.
I don't think he can do any magic tricks, but he'll be over at the 202 Main, 202 North Main. It starts at 7 p.m. on May 25th. You can catch Dan Enos there. Also, and you know a little bit about this, and the Chemo Kauai.
Oh, yeah, Kimo Kauai. Actually, my sales admin, that's her and her husband's event company put that on. It's
Yeah,
an
or putting
anime-
it on.
Yeah,
It's
or
at
putting it
Lone
on.
Star Convention Center
Yeah.
over on Airport Road. You can catch that
It's actually
6/1
Next
or
weekend, yeah.
6/2. Yeah. So
Yeah.
May June 1st and 2nd.
all things anime. They're even going to have like a fashion show or something like costume contest.
Oh,
All that
costume
good
contest.
stuff. Yeah. So,
Yeah. And the Pine Market Concert Series. So over at the Pine Market area, the woodforest.com. And it's a series now. They renamed it, right? So it was just the Pine Market thing. Remember we did the saddle and something. They had like an event.
no.
Now it's graduated to a concert series. They've renamed this event as I've seen the branding change,
Okay.
right? So the branding now reads Pine Market Concert Series continues.
So it's going to feature local country artists.
I guess, it's a free event. It starts at 6 p.m. It's on June 7th. So, the Sauce Box. Yeah, I can't say enough about this guy. He's going to be
We haven't
playing.
even seen them yet.
Well, I like the food-related shows, right? I love the idea of a food-related musical artist,
Yep.
If he's going to sing about brisket for an hour and a half, I think I might enjoy the show.
Well, and we definitely love table.
To sing a song about pulled pork, I'd be like, dude,
It's like Adam Sandler. Remember?
something. It says here he's got "Let the Big Dog Eat," and it's one of his blues charts. Some Wild, Rock Doc, a Jimmy Carter rock and roll president.
I'll play for Gumbo.
I'll play for Gumbo, best original score, Los Angeles Film Awards. He's accredited.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
That'll be June 2nd at Table at Madeley.
Is this guy is the guy Jimmy Buffett sang about in his song "I Will Play for Gumbo"? Wharton's anthem "Let the Big Dog Eat" is included in Buffett's late night menu at Margaritaville Cafe. The album Margaritaville Cafe,
Gotcha.
not the actual cafe here at local Mark. Yeah, you get it right. But wow, and like you said, Dan Annis, we brought that up. The Gatlin brothers will be at Do-Si-Do, the big one, but that's not till October, so we're gonna
Yeah.
hold our breath for a little while. We'll just go see Cody Joe in the meantime.
That's right.
Yeah. And let's see
We talked about
the chemo Kauai. We brought that up. That's and just to recap on that. That is this weekend,
That is the
Next
June 1st and 2nd, I believe. Yeah.
and we can dress up for that. So
It's
I'm not gonna
anime, everything, all things anime related. So
But I can wear anything to an anime related get
you
together.
can wear whatever you want. But yes, it's a bunch of
Okay.
cosplay stuff. They are having a cosplay costume contest.
Basically, that's anything, right? Cosplay just means for
Whatever.
us folks that aren't into like anime, we could wear anything.
Yeah,
pretty
sure.
much,
Yep.
right? I mean,
Just go and you'll see.
yeah. I mean, I've been to a few of these things, and every time I go, I went to a Otaku festival. It seemed appropriate to be more anime, like it was almost that Asian anime orientation to the event. It's an Otaku event. It was more specific.
Yeah. Well, this
But-
group does this Chemo Kawaii.
Yeah, it's general. This just
Yeah. And
this
then they
is
do
dress up.
Terror Fest too. in
Terror Fest.
October.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you got to be kind of creepy on that one, right?
Yeah.
So I get it, right? So there's, yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah. No, I don't mind those anime shows. They tend to be a lot of fun, and I love that everybody's doing it individually. You never know what they're going to wear, what to expect, and, you never know if you should bring your kids or not,
No, it's definitely kid friendly.
Yeah,
yeah.
so is
She
every
was out at
Comic-Con, supposedly.
No, but yeah,
I
she
don't
was out at
know.
Kids Fest and had people that were dressed up, and it was a good bit.
Yeah, it
People
was
were
nice.
waiting in line to at her booth. Let's put it that
good.
way.
Well, good. That looks like a cool show.
Yeah.
Our hopes for the Triple Crown have been destroyed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Seize the Gray won the Preakness. And that took out Mystic Dan,
Yep.
who had won the Kentucky Derby. So if of course the Preakness is won by a different horse,
Then
there'll
they
be
can't-
no
no
Triple
Triple
Crown.
Crown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to Seize the Gray. And good job by you. And I think this is his second time to win the Preakness exclusively.
Yeah, I think he's. Wait, no.
Is it? Or is his maybe his owner or the ranch that he's from?
Something about 1980.
Yeah,
was a long
Preakness
time ago.
Stakes. I think the coach Lucas, who was 88 years old, won his
Yeah.
first Preakness in
Gotcha.
1980. A special thanks to JCT Granite Source out there. They're on Highway 105. They're the guys that are doing all the installations of these new restaurants and places all over town that are popping up. They do the granite work. They the decor. They light up the place. They did Seven Leguas. They did the Fajita Jacks. They did, goes on and on.
Yeah.
I was like, what? You did what? He's like, telling me. I'm like, no, you did. He's like, yeah, both of them. I'm like, oh, okay. So, JCT Granite Source, Highway 105, West Area and Water Point, Shoreline Plaza. The Ice House Conroe, one of our newest venues. So glad to have them in the mix, bringing up some new stuff. And the way Bernhard and Table at Medley and Do-Si Do keep stealing
I'm
the
excited
thunder.
about the Kenny Chesney tribute.
Yeah, Kenny Chesney. And they're called Barefoot. If you want to look those guys up, they'll be over there. Hyatt Grand Central Park, Conroe.
Hey.
Guys, thank you. And I appreciate them letting you come visit with us on a regular basis. We
Of
really
course.
enjoyed you and having you here. Golakeconroe. Oh, me. Yeah, anyway, we just promote the show, get it out there for people to see. And True Texas Solar, our sponsor. Follow them today at facebook.com/True Texas Solar. And thank you guys for supporting our show. And Chapel Pressure Washing, one call, they spray it all. Call Chapel Pressure Washing at 936-520-8702. And I wanted to bring them up because he's been talking to me about donating some Cynthia Mitchell Woods Pavilion tickets to the show we can give out to guests and that appear on the show that come into the. We can give them some tickets to see some local bands that are
He's
real
such
current.
a nice guy, yeah.
Real nice group. Les Chappell over at Chapel Pressure Washing. Again, 936-520-8702. Guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week here on the Texas Ticket.
Lone Star.